Hey guys, I put up a remix that I did for that No More Conversations song, and I have had plenty of requests for how I made the bass line. So I will show you now how I made the bass line. It's very simple actually. This is how it sounds. Okay, so no surprises here. It's made in massive. So here we go. So oscillator 1 is a saw wave. Change this one to the bend minus and then match it up so the intensity knob is there. Oscillator 2 is simply the sine wave, that one there. So pull it to the left, pull it down 1 octave, and again change it to the bend negative, and the intensity to there. Oscillator 3 is turned off. Both oscillator 1 and oscillator 2, I've pushed them up so the filter's going, both of them is going to filter 1. And then the modulation osc here, if I turn that off, you can hear the difference. Okay, so I'm only using the phase here, the phase mode. Oscillator 1 down 1 octave, and again the line there is pointing towards the P. So match that up as well. No, so the noise isn't doing anything. Okay, so through to the filter 1, and I'm using the low pass 2 filter. Cut off all the way up, resonance there at 9 o'clock. Again, that one's pushed all the way up to the top. This is actually very simple really, because I'll show you in a second, but the voicing tab, I've got the unison box on 2, make sure it's on the mono. I've got the pan position slightly out. Copy those. And a bit of glide there, as you can see. That's all for that box in there. But the main sort of, just here, no effects being used. So I mean, you can copy this and further customize it by adding some effects if you like. But to fit the mix, I just found that nothing on the effects part was needed. But on the EQ, I cranked to the high shelf, and I left the boost and the frequency just as they were, and I put the low shelf up a little bit. So if I take the EQ off and I show the difference, so that was the difference with the EQ, makes a big difference. And down here, you can hear the sound has a bit of movement, and that's all from the sine. This one here, the sine shaper. Okay, so if I turn that off, sounds pretty plain, and like, you know, it's got no movement to the sound. Turn that on. Okay, so basically the dry wet is all the way up, same with the drive, and then all I've done is just gone in here to the envelope 1, clicked on this crosshair, dropped it into the box here, you click and hold, and I've made it so the blue line goes up, basically, basically there in line with the E. And if you copy this same setting here, so move the attack, from there and move it back up, you'll get that same movement that I had in the sound. So this is actually a really simple bass, and you've got lots of room here to customize it even more for your own sounds. This one is actually going to be in my 3rd massive pack, but I'll have it pimped out with some macros down here, and it'll be different. But so yeah, this will be in one of my massive sound sets. But again, just shows you. I mean, that's really only one oscillator, because that one there is just a sine wave. So keep it simple. Often is the best way. And I did actually have a top bass here, and all I did is I just duplicated the same track, and the only difference that I've done, because I wanted to sit on top, okay, the only difference that I've done is I've changed from a low pass 2 to the band pass filter. Okay, and you can copy those knobs there. But I only wanted the sound to be thin. I didn't want to be a full sound on top of the other sound, because I'm not actually playing an octave higher either. I'm playing the same octave. So I wanted to make sure I didn't have any phase issues. So I used the bandpass and had it set to those places there. So I just wanted a nice thin sound, and I did actually add a bit of reverb to this top sound. And the EQ, all I did was I left the high shelf, and I pulled down the low shelf. So that's all I did. And then of course if I play these two together, so this is that's at the top, and then this is with the bottom as well. Voila. Oh, and also here you go. This is the EQ that I did on the bottom bass. You can see here that I did a ton of EQing up the top end. I took a dip out right there at 678 and a bit of a boost there at 181. I did all this EQing during like the mixing part of the track, so after everything was already made. So this was just happened to be, you know, the best settings for the mix to work, and obviously I needed a bit more presence in the high end, and I just ended up boosting that. So there's no rights or wrongs really. You can go crazy on EQs as long as it overall sounds good when the track is playing with all the sounds, then it's all good. But anyway, so that bassline is pretty simple really. And to those people that were asking, I hope that helps. And yeah, don't forget to check out the NZ forum and all that good stuff. And I will be back hopefully much sooner because I've been busy, but I will try and get back with another tutorial. And yeah, get back on the bandwagon. Alright guys, thank you.